That's the biggest buff in the game. That is legitimately the strongest buff I've ever seen in Pathfinder. But you can mechanically make an enemy surrender now. Tough to kill is pretty cool. I like the juggernaut, unkillable juggernaut, looking more and more thing. Officer's education. You become trained in 2 skills you're not already trained in, become an expert in 1 skill you're currently trained in, and learn 1 common language you don't already know, and gain any 1 general feat of 3rd level or lower you meet the prerequisites for. Whoa! Welcome back, everyone. I'm the Battlecry Gamer, and I'm really sick, but that's not gonna stop me today from taking a look at the Battlecry Playtest here. I'm doing it live. When you see this recording, it will probably already be done, but I will be making 2 more videos once I've had some time to digest everything from the playtest. And I'm going to be doing one for the Commander and one for the Guardian, and then you can join us live on Thursday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where we talk about everything on our weekly table talk. But hey, let's go ahead and take a look at what is going on. So we have the Commander and its intelligence. I think a lot of people are very upset at the sheer number of intelligence-based classes. I can kind of understand why. But when you think about what stats you want for a class, you know, you want something that seems beneficial for more than just the thing your class does. With the intelligence, we get more skill proficiencies. You also get trained in society and warfare lore and 2+ intelligence modifiers. Not as many skill proficiencies as I was expecting, because this class seems like it's very much based on giving other characters your actions. So you'd figure that out of combat they would get more stuff to do. Alright, tactics. This is the big one. This is the big part of it. You begin play with a folio containing 4 tactics. These are combat techniques and coordinated maneuvers. You can instruct your allies, name blah blah blah. As you increase in level, you gain the ability to learn more potent tactics. When you gain Expert Tactician class feature, you gain the ability to add Expert Tactics to your folio. And when you get Master, you get Master, and Legendary, you get Legendary. Ooh, interesting. I wonder if they're gonna get Legendary class DC. That'd be kind of cool. Prepared. Okay, here's the prepared part we were talking about. So each day during your daily preparations, you prepare 2 tactics from your folio. Okay, so you don't get 4 right out the gate. You get 2. And when you draw, you can instruct a total number of allies equal to 2 plus your intelligence modifier, enabling these allies to respond to your tactics in combat. These allies are referred to as squad mates. Oh, that's cool. A squad mate always has the option not to respond to your tactical signal if they don't watch. Yeah, okay. Can't brainwash your allies, I guess. Oh no, unfortunate. You can also change. Oh, interesting. So you can change what tactics you prepared by just spending 10-minute downtime. That's pretty good. This does not prevent your allies from performing their own activities during their own time frame. Okay, that's kind of cool. Gaining new tactics. You add additional tactics to your folio and increase the number of tactics you compare when you gain the Expert, Master, and Legendary, yada yada yada. You can also add tactics to your folio with the Tactical Expansion feat. This does not change the number you can have prepared, though. Because tactic folios use shorthand and signals unique to each commander, there is typically no benefit to using or stealing another commander's folio, though you can train with another commander to retrain 1 tactic, blah blah blah, retraining. Okay. Drilled reactions. Here's another interesting part. Your time spent training with your allies allows them to respond quickly and instinctively to your commands. Once per round, when you use a tactic, you can grant 1 ally of your choice benefiting from the tactic an extra reaction. This reaction has to be used for that tactic and is lost if not used. That is really good, actually. Only each individual party member or squad mate can only use 1 of your tactics. That's super interesting. I like the idea of using multiple tactics and being able to command different players in your party to do different things. I think that's really good. I'm very curious what the banner means here. Is this another one-handed weapon class? I'm kind of tired of one-handed weapon classes, not gonna lie. But it says you can attach it to a weapon. So maybe, I mean, we're going to read it here in a moment, so I guess I don't have to really guess, but commander needs a battle standard so their allies can locate them on the field. You can start play with a custom banner of your choice, yada yada. Your banner can be affixed to a weapon or shield you are wielding. Shield too, that's pretty good. Or held in one hand and attached to a simple pole. Feats and abilities with banner trait require you to be holding your banner or wielding a weapon or shield that it's attached to. The banner, as long as your banner is visible, you and all allies in 30-foot emanation, so that's your command aura, gain a +1 status bonus to will saves against fear effects. Okay. You pause or resume this effect as part of any action you would typically use to stow or retrieve your banner, such as interacting to stow it. If your banner is destroyed or stolen, allies within 30 feet become frightened 1. Oh no. This effect has the aura, commander, emotional, and mental, blah, blah. Yeah, okay, so 30-foot emanation, pretty good. Warfare expertise. You gain expert proficiency in warfare lore. You can use warfare lore to recall knowledge about most creatures, regardless of type, but typically only to determine whether they can be reasoned with, their most notable offensive abilities, and whether one of their saves are particularly weak. Okay, that's cool. Whoa! That's really good. Holy shit. So that means that as long as you can perceive an enemy, this will be one of the first classes to get a guaranteed legendary initiative roll. I mean, obviously, like a rogue who's always sneaking and can easily do so with feats typically does as well. But this is guaranteed. As long as they can see an enemy, guaranteed legendary initiative, and it uses their intelligence, which is also super good. And when you crit succeed on an attack roll with a weapon with your at least weapon. Oh, and another class that gets a crit specialization without any prerequisites. That's pretty cool. All right. Tactics. So these are the base tactics, not the feat tactics, which there are more tactics to learn. Now, when you learn feat tactics, for those who have not caught up yet, it does not change the number of tactics you can prepare in a day. So whatever feat tactics you learn, you have to keep in mind that they are going to potentially take a spot, but you can change them out on a 10-minute rest, which honestly, I wish Wizard got that like normally. They get it with one of their theorems, but I just wish wizards and spellcasters in general got that normally. Signals all score until the end of your next turn. Each ally. Oh, wow. That's cool. So single action giving allies a climb speed. Whoa. So now you can use your warfare lore in place of athletics to make your climb. Let's see. Signal one squad mate affected by your banner, so they have to be within your 30-foot emanation. That ally can immediately step as a free action. If this ends its movement next to an opponent, they can attempt to reposition the target as a reaction. Whoa, that's so cool. So you can have your barbarian, as long as they're within your banner, step up to an enemy and then have them position that enemy like on the other side of them. Well, 5 to 10 feet around, depending on how many times you have to move them. But that's nasty. That can fuck up enemy like coordination really, really badly. So coordinated maneuvers is actually insanely good. Strike hard. 2 actions. Choose a squad mate that immediately attempts a strike as a reaction. Strike hard is really good because we've already said before, once per turn, you can give one of your squad mates a free reaction. So yeah, your fighter can just have 2 reactive strikes a turn if you really want to. That's really good. That's very, very strong. Hey, ready, aim, fire. For those of you who don't know, this was teased by Michael Sayer on Twitter. This one's very interesting, and I have some things to talk about, but let's talk about what it does. So, 2 actions. You command everyone in your banner, and everyone can swap to a ranged weapon and reload. So this lets you swap and reload both as free actions, and then make a ranged strike against an enemy that both you and your squad mates are perceiving as a reaction. And special, if one of your squad mates knows or has prepared a cantrip with a range of 30 feet or more, they can cast it as a reaction, targeting an enemy you both are observing, or taking other actions normally granted by this tactic. So this is really, really good. Valkyrie's Charge. I love Valkyrie stuff. It's usually always really good. 3 actions. I think this is the first 3 action one, right? Yeah, this is the first 3 action one. You and your allies defy death and defeat to make a glorious final charge. You restore 80 points to yourself and each squad mate affected by your commander's banner. This has the healing trait. If an affected ally was unconscious due to being reduced to 0 hit points, they can immediately stand and pick up any dropped weapons. Then each affected ally can stride up to twice their speed directly towards an enemy they're observing. At the end of this movement, if an enemy is within reach, they can attempt to strike that enemy as a reaction. You and your squad mates can use Valkyrie Charge while burrowing, climbing, flying, swimming, yada yada yada. Okay. Alright. Whoa, Commander. Calm the fuck down. So you're telling me you have a group heal that does 80 HP per, can make allies instantly stand up from being downed and pick up their weapons? Then they get to stride twice and strike? That's pretty baller. Did I not just say Valkyrie stuff is always really cool? It's always the coolest shit in any game. Valkyrie in the name, it's amazing. This is amazing. So, yeah, time to look on a reference of commanders to make a character. I'm already sold on the idea. This is pretty baller. I really like this class. Commander Steed. Oh! Animal companions. Animal companions. Yo, let's go! That's sick. I'm actually so hyped that I get animal companion. See, what I love about Commander already early, we have feats for giving yourself other roles, like being a healer. We have feats for doing recall knowledge. We have an animal companion, which changes how you play the game pretty standardly and fits perfectly in with Commander in the fact that most of your tactics are 2 actions. So most of the time, you're going to give a tactic and then command your animal companion as well. Really cool. Officer's Education. You become trained in 2 skills you're not already trained in, become an expert in 1 skill you're currently trained in, and learn 1 common language you don't already know, and gain any 1 general feat of 3rd level or lower you meet the prerequisites for. Whoa, holy shit. Officer's Education is so good. You get 3 skill proficiency increases, you learn a language, and you get an additional 3rd level or lower general feat. Holy fuck. That's insane. That's so good. You can take this feat twice. Desperate Resuscitation. Hey, you need to be Master in Medicine and have Combat Medic. You have to be holding a healer's tool or wearing one in your free hand. Yada yada. 3 actions. Attempt a DC 40 medicine check to revive a dead creature that's been dead for no more than 3 rounds. If you succeed, the target returns to life with the effects of raised dead, except it still has the wounded condition it had before dying, increased by 1. Whether you succeed or fail, the target becomes immune to Desperate Resuscitation for 1 day. But a level 14 Resurrection, pretty good. And it's delayed. It's not like Breath of Life where it has to be a reaction when they die. You have 3 rounds to revive someone. Quickening Banner, single action, once per 10 minutes. Each ally affected by your commander's banner is quickened 1. They can use the extra action to strike or stride. Wow, yeah, just give everyone an extra action. That's really good. And it's not a tactic. So you can do this and a tactic in a round, giving so much action efficiency to your team. Penitent Victory, 1 action, once per 10 minutes. You wave your banner in Writ Victory, signaling all your allies the fight is won. You and all your allies gain a +4 status bonus to attack and damage rolls. Oh my god, a 10-foot status bonus to all your speeds and 40 temp HP. These benefits last until the start of your next turn. That's the biggest buff in the game. That is legitimately the strongest buff I've ever seen in Pathfinder. +4 bonus to attack rolls. +4 damage to damage rolls. +10 status bonus to all speeds. 40 temp HP. That's nuts. Now, this only lasts until the start of your next turn. But that's a very massive buff. My first impression of Commander before we get to Guardian, pretty damn good. I'm pretty excited. I do love how it mixes in some of the martial stuff so that you get to also do some of the cool things like attack, move, do whatever. The build paths seem very clear. I like the different routes you could possibly take. I like Commander a lot. I think it's really good. Nothing stepped out at me as being particularly strong or broken, like mechanically feeling. Some of them were really, really good, but the stuff that I thought was really, really good was mostly like out of combat stuff. They're exactly what you want them to be. They're a support fighting class that still gets to get some licks in during the course of combat. This is a very smoothly designed class. So overall, big thumbs up. Guardian's coming up next. I'm very excited. I am so sorry. Not a con class for all you who was hoping that this would be a con-based class. My deepest apologies. So key attribute is strength. 10 plus con modifier. You know what? Honestly, I think they could have done 12. They could have done 12 or be a con class and be +10. Or, yeah, +10. So, I'm kind of surprised already. Not a bad number of proficiencies, but it's not an intelligence-based class, so it makes kind of sense. Well, we get a big thing up here that says resistance mod reminder. So let's take a read of that because I feel like that's going to tell a lot what this class is about. So this is going to be a class that gets lots of resistance. Armor specialization at level 1 for medium and heavy armor. In addition, you can rest normally while wearing medium and heavy armor. That's really good. And the first class ever to be able to sleep in their armor just for free. All out. That's kind of cool. So don't be afraid of getting attacked in your sleep anymore. You're set to go. Really good. And you start off with armor specialization. Armor specialization as early as level 1 is actually insane. The amount of damage resistance you can get for level like -1 creatures, you're going to be damn near impossible to kill early game. So we got the early game easy class going. Intercept strike, reaction. An ally would be takes physical damage specifically. So not good against spells or spell attacks. You take the damage instead of your ally. You gain resistance to all damage against the attack equal to 2 plus your level. Yo. I would think it would be half level round up, but equal to 2 plus your level? I feel bad for the many, many, many GMs that are now going to have to deal with Guardian Champion mix of just the unkillable duo in your games. Their sheer amount of damage resistance is insane. Taunt. Oh, straight up. Okay, we get the taunt. I'm actually excited about this one. Choose a creature within 30 feet. They must make a will save against your class CC. Regardless of the result, it's immune to your taunt until the beginning of your next turn. Okay. So multiple taunting. If you gesture, this action gains a visual trait. If you speak in auditory, your taunt must have one of these 2 traits. Until the beginning of your next turn, the creature gains a +2 circumstance bonus to attack rolls it makes against you and to its DCs of other effects against you. It takes a -1 circumstance penalty to all attacks and DCs when using hostile actions against other people. I'm a little upset that legitimately Commander has an actual taunt that forces enemies to attack them, granted as a reaction. And this taunt doesn't actually force enemies to attack you. It just makes it attacking other people way more difficult. I don't know how I feel about that. Threats techniques though? Okay. I might be back on board. Choose ferocious vengeance or mitigate harm. Whether you stop their worst attack or strike them down for going for your allies. Juggernaut build, I'm hearing. Juggernaut build. Ferocious Vengeance. Oh, this is for targets of your taunts. Choose 2. Ferocious Vengeance. Enemies that ignore your taunts take your brunt of your anger. You deal 2 additional damage on strikes against creatures if they take a hostile action that doesn't include you as a target. This bonus lasts until the end of your turn. This additional damage increases by 2 at 9th level and 6 and 16. Not bad, not bad. I do like the Juggernaut. I do like the don't target me. Fine, I will kill you first. Mitigate harm. You gain resistance to damage from critical hits made by a creature affected by your taunt. This resistance is equal to 2 plus half your level. This resistance increases. So mitigate harm, I don't know how I feel about it. I guess it's really good for a bodyguard playstyle. That also gives you resistance. And it makes you far less of an endearing target because they're like, oh, attack me, but I have insane resistance. Now, granted, the taunt does give them a circumstance bonus to hit you, which does mean that the chance of critting you, especially against a boss, goes up, which makes mitigate harm not bad. I just feel like it somewhat conflicts with the idea of taunting by making yourself a less appealing target. Tough to kill. You just gain Die Hard as a general feat, or you just gain it as a normal feat. If you already have it, you can get a free retrain. First time each day you would be reduced to dying 3 or higher. You stay at dying 2 instead. Tough to kill is pretty cool. I like the Juggernaut, unkillable Juggernaut, looking more and more thing. Long distance taunt, you could shout at someone 120 feet away. Just wave in the back lane, just be like, hey, fuck you. You flex your muscles to crack your armor, pushing the charge into the enemy alongside your weapon. Very weird. Guardian is kind of metal, not gonna lie, super hardcore. Hampering sweeps. Okay, someone said this one is broken, so let's take a look. Until the beginning of your next turn, or until you move, whichever comes first, foes within reach of the weapon you're wielding or unarmed strike can't use move actions to move outside of the reach of your weapon or unarmed attack. They can still move to other squares within your reach. Whoa! Hampering sweeps is really good. They are just trapped on you. That's... honestly, it feels like a must-take feat. Do I think it's broken? No. Because as tanky as the Guardian is, they can still die like anyone else on the battlefield. So, you know, trapping a bunch of enemies adjacent to you, and this doesn't even necessarily protect other allies you're close to. So, one of the reasons why Hampering Sweeps is also kind of not good is if you're next to an ally to use Intercept with, they are just going to be, if anything, more in danger when you really think about it. So, Flying Tackle. Okay. Stride, then Leap. If you end your movement adjacent to a foe, you can attempt to trip on that foe. If you succeed at the athletic check, you get a crit success. Yo, you could use your Flying Tackle with burrowing, climbing, or swimming speed instead of a striding if you were at the corresponding movement. That's really fun, and I love the idea. You're just like, flying kick, and you just tackle someone. And it's even funnier when it's someone underground, like burrowing. Just imagine someone's burrowing and then suddenly just legs from out of nowhere, just kicking them. That's really good. It's super goofy. The swimming variation is also really good. Disarming Intercept. You intercept a melee strike made with a weapon, blah, blah, blah. If you catch the weapon in your armor, you can move the body to wrench it from your foe's grasp. After intercepting, attempt to disarm the weapon used for the attack. You don't need a hand free, and you gain the item bonus to athletics equal to the... Whoa, Disarming Intercept is so good. That's insane, because also, remember, Disarm got buffed. So now, when an enemy gets disarmed, even if they succeed, or even if you succeed the check, they have a -1 to their attacks until they spend an action to fix the grip. So even if you don't fully disarm the enemy, this is just a free action along with a reaction to make the enemies attacking more difficult and possibly make them spend an additional action. Disarming Intercept is low-key really strong. Tough Cookie. Once per day, your current HP is at half your maximum or less. You gain temp HP equal to half your maximum. Whoa! Tough Cookie! Holy shit! That's amazing. That's good. So if you're at half HP, you're like nuh-uh, and you're at full HP equivalently for a minute. Armor counterattack's so good. Juggernaut. I can just see two-handed fighter, right? Or guardian right there. They're like, hit my ally. Do it. I dare you, bitch. Because if you do, I'm gonna wail on you with this Tetsubo or whatever weapon. Armor counterattack is really good. Paragon's Guard. Always stanza makes you always raising your shield. If you combine that with a averting shield, that means in that stance, you're always raising your shield and you're always averting your gaze. I don't know how that's pretty niche, but the fact that it combos like that, pretty huge. Improved Intercept Foe. When you use Intercept Foe, you gain a plus 10 foot circumstance bonus to your speed for the reaction at the start of each of your turns. You gain an additional reaction that you can use only to intercept foes. That's the formula for a pinball guardian build where you're just running to all your allies to guard them every turn. Kinda nutty. I really like it. Alright, perfect protection. You're wearing medium or heavy armor. Your armor protects you from the deadliest hits. Each time you critically hit while wearing the required armor, attempt a DC 14 flat check. On success, it becomes a normal hit. And special, if you have the fortification rune, it's only a DC 12 or DC 10 if you have greater fortification. That's pretty good. That's the best anti-crit effect in the game currently. Boundless Reprisals. At the start of each of enemy's turn, you get a reaction. You can use any Guardian feat or class feature. The Pinball Guardian lives again. Just run. Guard. Run. Guard. With the number of extra reactions Guardian can get, that's really good. That's something that makes this very fun, because Guardian classes are always kind of like plagued with being very slow, immobile, whatever. Boundless Reprisal and the many other feats and whatever you can get. You could be the most mobile character in a battlefield, which I find to be hilarious. The monk is over there just like, I can run across this entire room in a single action. And then they're just, when they're waiting for their turn, they're just watching the Guardian just be like, just running over like 3 times their distance. Speed of light time, yeah. That's hilarious. I love that. Guardian's such a goofy class. So, Guardian, I have to say, is really fun. I think they've fixed a lot of the general issues with Guardian style classes, which is it's not an immobile class if you don't want it to be. I find it super ironic that technically Commander has a more direct taunt, but with how taunt can be mixed in with some of the other features, and how taunt can literally just be a reason why you just destroy enemies instead, I don't have a problem with it. It's really good. Guardian with Comcast medic skill trees. Yeah, I mean, for sure. Medic Guardian is very good. Guardian's really solid. I say Guardian looks like a genuinely fun defender class / really fun vengeance like juggernaut build. I have to say today my favorite class was probably Commander. I think Commander just has a lot of very interesting options and versatility. But Guardian does look genuinely fun. Also, I gotta say, being able to fucking fly and kick someone while burrowing, flying tackle is the funniest feat in the game. I think that has so many great game moments. And for many of you, Armor Break can be a really good one too, where you just flex and break your armor. And that's gonna be it for this video. It I skipped around a lot. I wanted to give you guys kind of the briefest look into these classes. I will be having a full video for each class where I go over each of the feats coming in the next couple days. Just want to make sure that I can digest the content, as I said. If you have not done so already, I recommend subscribing. I'm going to be talking about all the new stuff Paizo is releasing in the next few months. It's not a small number of books. We also have Starfinder 2E coming out soon, or at least the playtest. So if you want to stay tuned into all the new stuff coming from Paizo and other TTRPG companies as well, you know where to be. As well, leave a like so other people get a chance to see this content as well. Really helps out the channel. And as well, I hope you all enjoyed. Leave a comment down below which class you like more or which one you're most interested in. And we'll be looking through those over the next couple of days. Oh, also, before I go, we will be having a table talk this Thursday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where we're going to talk about everything with the community. It's probably going to be a blowout of a stream, so please come join us there on either Twitch or YouTube, whatever platform you prefer. But that's going to be it for me. Thank you all so much for watching. Good luck with your games. Leave the battle luck to me, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.